Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits reviews. I've already had 2 beers, so I will apologise if I sound a little bit abbreviated. I've had 2 pints of head cracker while I've been doing, got away from work at 11 o'clock this morning, so got home and I'm reducing the size of my hedge, which was about a 5-foot privet hedge, down to about 18 inches to 2 feet, and all the growth was on my side, so I've had to take the edge out, take the fence out first, and then reduce the edge, and I'm in the process of putting it all back. Hence, I've got a plaster before where I've whacked me blooming, whacking a nail in, and I'll get my thumb one as well in the process, so that's going to hurt later. So anyway, 2 pints, and I'm already up for a session. So tonight, I bought it the other week, and I thought, you know, I'll give it a go. In any of the big supermarkets, and that is Sainsbury's, Asda, Morrison's, Tesco's, and even I think Aldi might do it. There's a bitter called Banks's Amber Ale. Now, it's one of the cheapest chips bitters. It's 89p to £1 a bottle, something in that range. So you think to yourself, if it's in that range, is it going to be nasty? You know, and it's 3.8%, so it's not strong, but some of the best ales are around that range. Castle Rock's Harvest Pale is a 3.8% ale, and the keg version is it's a champion beer of Britain, so it's a very good beer. Trying to think of others. Lidl's Haverwood brand bought out one for the World Cup called Golden Goal, and that was around 3.8, 3.6, and that was an absolute amazing beer, and I even awarded it 4.6 out of 5 because it was so good. Absolutely stunned me, the flavours and that. So sometimes, you know, you think to yourself, well, I'm not buying that because it's obviously cheap rubbish, you know. In supermarkets, you know, if it's their like their basics, as in what Sainsbury's sells basics, Tesco's sells value, and I think Morrison's do the same. That stuff they sell, and it's about 2.8%. That is rancid. You know, I will do a review at one stage if I get hold of a single can, because there's no way I'm paying £1 for 4 cans, because I won't want to drink it. But anyway, that's the beer, so we'll crack it open and then I'll talk to you about some of the reviews. Well, this didn't splatter my TV. One of these days I will get off my backside and move my TV, but at the moment in this room I've got a load of stuff that we're saving for somebody that we've cleared out of our, you know, when you change your rooms around, you change your furniture, got a load of furniture in here and I want to get rid of it. But until we get rid of it, I'm overloaded, so my beer room's a bit overflowing, as it is with beer. I mean, I've got a nice barrel of blueberry wine from Juice, all ready for bottling, and I'll be sampling it at some stage, maybe not this weekend though. Right, here we go. This glass, the Celicidra glass, has got the widgets in the bottom, so it will aid, you know, it will make it look better. Plenty of carbonation there, as you can see. You can see that on the camera, but yeah, lots of carbonation, but that's because of the glass. In a different glass, different, you know, it might be a different case. It's got a nice white head to it, not masses of discernible smells to it. I thought I could smell engine oil for a second, but that might be something from the garden, you never know. So not a bad looking beer, you know, for a cheapo beer, it's not bad looking. And Banks's Amber apparently is made by Marstons of all people. Hey? Who knew? Yep, Banks's Bitter, Marstons PLC. Now on beeradvocate.com, good, very good. I rate this site. Some of the beer reviews are rubbish, but don't take everything as gospel. 3.09 out of 5, so it's not, obviously it's in there, I would say it's in there low to mid range. So here's one. I found this to be an average bitter. Not bad, but not great either. It has a slight vinegary odour, which I found a little off-putting. The taste was much better and the mouthfeel was nice and well balanced. I would drink it again if there wasn't so many better beers out there. Right, here we go. Another one. 3.1 out of 5 this is. This is a low priced compared to most other local beers, and unfortunately this shows in the quality. The malt load is low for style, shifting the balance to some earthy hops. On the positive side, it's certainly drinkable and looks okay in the glass. Yeah, I can definitely say it looks the business in the glass, you know. If you didn't know what it was and someone poured it out, you'd think, yeah, that looks decent, you know. And then you say it's an 89p bottle and you think, yeah, okay, what's wrong with it? Here's a good review. 3.66 out of 5, so it's not bad. So, amber coloured beer topped by a soapy foamy white head. Very true. Smell. Whole oranges including the peel, a faint touch of lemon. Alright, well I've been gardening all afternoon. Right, try not to get my nose on it this next time. Oranges, including the peel and a faint touch of lemon. No, I'm not smelling anything like that. I'm definitely smelling engine oil. I must have engine oil on my hands. The smell is very, whatever it is, it's non-existent to me. Taste, malty caramel notes, initial burst of hops, fruity, perhaps citrus. Okay. There is an initial burst of hops, a little bit fruity. Don't know about citrus. Caramel notes. It's like, it's funny, you say it and all of a sudden it seems to come to the, come in. It's like, oh, hold on, I can taste caramel there. And that's the great thing of looking at reviews while you're drinking, because it helps you to identify the flavour that you're looking at. Medium bodied. Do you know that actually, it's not a bad beer. 89p. I would scoff at that usually, and this is the first time I've ever drank it, because I look at it and I think it's always 89p. Why is it so cheap? I'm not drinking that rubbish. But I mean, it's not a fantastic beer by no means, but it's drinkable, you know, quaffable as they say. Would you want to drink more than a couple of pints? I think you could drink 2 or 3 pints. You know, if you didn't want to get too sloshed, that's, you know, it's perfectly adequate for that. So, the very first pint of Banks' Bitter I got me hooked on their beers. While the bottle version is not quite up to the standards set by the draft, it's still an excellent beer to have at hand. A good offering for a beer of such low ABV. I bought this for 99p at Aldi just after they stocked it on the shelves. A great value beer. I wholeheartedly agree. You know, look at it. It's pretty decent. It's got a lovely amber colour to it. It's got good lacing or carbonation. It's still got a nice head. But remember, a lot of that's down to the glass you choose. But it's not got bags of taste. It's nothing that's going to... It doesn't smack you in the face and say, oh, that's got banana and else, you know, something else. But for a standard bitter, you know, and because you know it costs 89p, you're not expecting the world from it. If you'd paid £5 for a bottle and you drink it and you think, oh God, I've just paid £5 for that, it's what a waste. And like I've said before in reviews, we used to have a real ale shop in Gedling, and the beers were £3 upwards. And I mean, I don't know how much profit they make on that, you know, because obviously they have to buy them. They can't buy them the same as Asda and the other big supermarkets can. So you know, they're never going to get them for the. You know, they're never going to be able to do them for £4 for £6, you know, which is a great price, you know, for beers. But still, £3 something a bottle. I've tasted it, and some of them, especially some of the bottle conditioned ales, they've been horrible. They've been rancid, and I mean, my wife went down one on my birthdays. She went in the shop, bought 17 ales, 50 quid she spent in there. Got them out, I'm drinking them. And it's like, you know, I know Canberra have got this thing about bottle conditioned ale, that's their thing. But it's got to be bottle. If it's bottle conditioned and it's good, then fair play. Pedigree, Fuller's 1845, Old Tooth Hen, you know, they're examples of good bottle conditioned ales. I've got bottle conditioned ales myself that I've brewed, you know, a secondary fermentation, and every one of them, without fail, has been fantastic. And maybe a little bit too strong on the beer side of things, but hey, who cares? But, you know, and then you get these big companies, they're making bottle conditioned and they taste horrible. And you think, you know, somebody needs to be telling these people so that they look at the practices and maybe they change what they do in the bottling process and in that second process. You know, sometimes you have to be honest, you know, but going back to this review, you know, it's no great shakes. I mean, it's got no mass. It is a rather negative review. It's 2.65, but it's good to have negative and positive. This beer is mass produced and sold all over the Midlands. I just don't understand why people drink it in such quantities. There are so many other fine beers brewed in the area. I've tried it many times in pubs and clubs and just can't get to really enjoy it. I have even mixed it with mild, but still it will not excite me. It looks okay, light brown with a loose white head, which clings to the glass and sometimes stays to the end. Smells fine, hops and barley in equal amounts. The taste lets it down badly, very weak, almost insipid. Watery and uninviting in my opinion. Sorry, I couldn't bin the scores a penny. It's just a poor product from a very successful brewery. Update, this is from 7 years ago update. Had a blind taste of the bottle and the can. Both seem to mirror the cask version, if a little more carbonated. Okay, but no world beater. So, wow, 12 minutes already. Just looked at the clock and see me how much I'm yakking. Let me have more. This is a beer. If it's in a pub and it's on a cheap price, I would recommend it. You know, it's as good as a lot of these Green King ales that you see. You know the ones. Oh, I can't think of the name of them now, but you go to certain pubs in Nottingham, for example, and like the Green King pubs, and they've got them on the bit on, you know, IPA, Green King IPA, and you drink it, and it's nothing special, but it's drinkable. You know, and that's. I look at this. I'm not looking at this as being a will. You know, it's not going to get anywhere near a 4 point. You know, anywhere near that. But for 89 pence, you got to look at that and say, you know, that's not bad at all for the price. You know, there's a reason why they're selling to that price. They're obviously, you know, people are, and obviously people in Aldi, especially Aldi, I've seen the shelves cleared of this. So, you know, there's lots of fans out there. People who may not drink beer all the time, not connoisseurs. So, you know, they're going to take it, and to them, it's, you know, it's not bad. And it isn't. For what it is, it's not a bad beer. There's no taste that's, you know, gives me a smack and says, oh, that's a good taste, that is. But still, all the way down to the bottom, still looks good, still got an head on it. I can't get any of the taste. There's no really nasty aftertaste. There's a nice malty, hoppy taste in your mouth after you drink it. I can still taste it now. So, out of 5. Ooh. For what it is, I'm going to give it a 3.9 out of 5. I think it deserves, you know, it's better than the price says it is. Other beer people, you know, reviewers might not agree with me, but for the first time, and that is the first time I've ever tried it, you know, I'm not overly, you It's not nasty. I mean, JW Lee's made a Marco Pierre White, the Governor Ale, and I drank that, and that was rancid. It reminded me of some of the nasty bottle conditioned ales, whereas this is pleasant, it's drinkable. By no means a top quality ale, but you pay for what you get, and 89 pence, you cannot fault it, you know. Oh, wasn't too bad at all. Can't fault it. Oh, thanks for watching.